There was once a young black American boy, born in the heart of Detroit, Michigan, in the summer of 1963. He grew up in a devout Catholic household, African American, working class, and proud. His name was Keith Ellison. Like many others, he followed the path of his family, embraced their open-hearted Christianity, and attended Jesuit high school. But deep inside, questions stirred. Questions about justice, equality, and the human spirit. At just 19 years old, during his first year studying economics at Wayne State University, something shifted. He turned away from Catholicism and embraced Islam, not out of rebellion, but out of conviction. In Islam, he found answers to the very questions that had always tugged at his soul. He graduated with a degree in economics in 1987 and soon moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota. There, he pursued a law degree at the University of Minnesota and became a lawyer, focusing on civil rights, labor issues, and criminal defense. For 3 years he fought for justice in courtrooms, then he stepped into a bigger arena, politics. In 2002 and again in 2004, he was elected to the Minnesota State Legislature, but his greatest leap came in 2006, when he made history. Keith Ellison became the first Muslim ever elected to the United States Congress, and when it came time to take the oath of office, he made a bold, symbolic choice. He placed his hand on an English translation of the Quran, a copy once owned by Thomas Jefferson himself. That single act lit up headlines across America and beyond. Some called it powerful, others called it controversial. But to Keith it was simple. He was being true to who he was. He didn't run as the Muslim candidate. He didn't campaign with religion. But once in office, he championed the rights of all, especially the working-class minorities and the marginalized. He advocated for environmental sustainability, for civil rights, and for peace. During the 2008 housing crisis, he pushed for laws to protect renters from foreclosure, and fought for credit card holders drowning in rising interest rates. He stood tall in the face of Islamophobia, which had gripped the nation since 9/11. Even when CNN's Glenn Beck nervously asked him to prove he wasn't working with the enemy, Keith remained calm. "I know you're not," Beck said, "but I need to ask, because that's how I feel." Keith didn't flinch. His identity, his faith, his loyalty, all were clear. "My country comes first," he later said in another interview, explaining his willingness to cooperate with President Bush's administration to project America's commitment to religious inclusion. But even as he worked with the White House, he remained a fierce critic of Bush's war in Iraq, a war he saw as unjust and damaging. He became a voice, not just for Muslims, but for conscience in American politics. In 2014 he published a book, My Country, 'Tis of Thee, a personal reflection on America, justice, and belonging. That same year, the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee honored him with the Trailblazer Award, and UTNE Reader named him Visionary of the Year. He opened the doors of Congress, not just for himself, but for others like him. In 2008, another Muslim congressman followed, Andre Carson. And in doing so, Keith Ellison didn't just make history, he reshaped it.